So yes, let's take a look of how Power BI was born. Power BI was a secret project by a person named Amir Nats in Microsoft. It was codenamed as Gemini back then in 2006. This project Gemini was an SSAS and an in-memory mode implementation. In 2009, Gemini was renamed as Power Pivot and released as an then best placed BI tool, which is Excel add-in by Microsoft. As Power Pivot gained more popularity, Microsoft took notice of this popularity and began investing in this BI visualization area. In 2012, Power View was released as a part of SharePoint. SharePoint and Power View together gave a name Power BI. In early 2013, Data Explorer was released. As with Power Pivot, it was made available again as a then most relevant BI tool, Excel add-in. In 2013, it was again renamed from Data Explorer to Power Query. The goal was this Power Query was irrespective of this data, where it resides, you can still connect to the data at its location and fetch reports and build visualizations out of it. The goal of Power Query was to make it easier to access data and bring it to Power Pivot. Having Power Query and Power Pivot available as an Excel add-in made them accessible because everybody knew Excel. But there was a problem. You could build something amazing, but then you had to email your large Excel file to anyone who wanted to use it. Basically, this problem was whenever reports were built, either you used to screenshot those reports or you have to forward all the data along with the data report to the consumer. And then it used to put a load on your file size of an email, which varies from organization to organization, typically 1 MB and maximum 5 MB, and max to max 10 MB is what I've experienced. And back then there was no cloud, and the usage of cloud computing and cloud share or drives, shared drives were very limited. So this was a problem which edged Microsoft to go ahead and find a better solution. Then they came up with Power Pivot. It was possible to install Power Pivot together with Microsoft SharePoint to create a central place for Power Pivot work and get the ability to automatically refresh your data. But getting it to work was very difficult and clumsy, and people suggested that the successful installations were required some kind of black magic. In January 2015, that is when the big step came ahead. Microsoft announced a new Power BI service that could be accessed at powerbi.com. And looking at this, there were thousands and lakhs of users who instantly jumped on to the new product named Power BI service. Power BI, if I have to explain, is a mix of Power Pivot plus SharePoint solution. After this announcement, Power BI was synonymous with the BI implementation coming from the Microsoft stack. In July 2015, that was the last month when Power BI was in more of a beta phase. This was made as a general availability SaaS, software as a service solution. By then, their marketing team had found a business model around which this product would bring them money, and at the same time there was a loads of acceptance which they had tested for past 10 years on the Power BI platform. This delivered information to your web browser and to your phone. Bottom line, where did we head? Power BI stands currently on the shoulders on most widely used OLAP Cube software product, which is Microsoft SQL Server Analysis Services. And the most important BI software apart from Power BI is Microsoft Excel, of course.